Over the past week or so, I've been using the new Huawei Watch 5, putting it through its paces every day from early in the morning to late at night. I've been using it for relaxation, outdoor walks, and monitoring my overall general health. Today I'm very excited to share everything I experienced over the past week or so with this watch to find out, does it have the amazing health features that Huawei promised? Does it have that premium design that we're looking for at a £500 plus watch? And there are a few quirks that you should know about. So let's dive into my deep, in-depth review of this watch, the Huawei Watch 5. Right out the box, the Huawei Watch 5 feels premium. You've got a lovely titanium finish with a sapphire glass screen. It's well made and it has a nice plastic strap that looks premium. Obviously it's not leather, you can get different straps for it. The plastic brown strap on this one I think looks pretty nice for the watch, and it fits in with that classic design that Huawei are going for. So they do it in two different styles. They do it in a 42mm casing or 46mm casing. So I went for the bigger one at 46mm, which radiates luxury finish, and it is quite a big bulky watch. And it does have, what it has on the front is like a curved glass screen. I wasn't a fan of this at first. I found it a bit strange because you come from a standard smartwatch with a flat display to a curved one, and it just feels a bit weird. And also it's quite reflective in the light, so you get quite a lot of reflections because of that curvature of the screen. And also to put a face protector on the watch is quite difficult because of that curved display. So if you want to use a protector, because it does have sapphire glass, but it's not infallible, it can be scratched. I've scratched sapphire watches before because there's different grades of sapphire used in these watches. Huawei sapphire seems to be quite good. I've not had any dents or scratches on this watch from using it, and I've not taken care of it over the past week or so. So I've just put it on with no protector and it's been fine. I did get scratches on my Apple Watch Ultra and my Apple Watch Series 10 with using no protector. Obviously the Series 10 is Xinex glass, not sapphire, but this Ultra is sapphire and it's still scratched. But this does feel luxury. It's just that curved display I'm not sure about. Let me know what you think. What do you think about the curved display on this Huawei Watch 5? Have you seen it? Would you be interested in buying it because of that curved display? Throughout the past week then, I've been using this Watch 5 as my main watch. Seamlessly, it does integrate into daily routine quite well. It was easy to set up. So in the mornings, I would just you could use it for sleep tracking overnight. I'm not a big fan of sleep tracking, so I don't use it that much, but I did try it out and it seemed to be quite accurate. Also, you can put it, so in the morning, I'd put it straight on and use the one-touch health features to quickly check my heart rate. It could tell me my stress levels, even my blood oxygen level and wrist temperature as well. So it gives you a full detailed breakdown of your health. I do think Huawei's health app is pretty good. It's not the most modernized app in the world, but actually the detail you can get on their apps and also on their watches are quite unique, I think, from a health perspective, and it's better than, say, like a OnePlus watch or even the Google Pixel watch. And the sensors on the side of it, so what you've got on this, you've got advanced sensors like ECG, PPG, and an X-Tap sensor on the side just here. So this is what monitors your heart rate and your ECG. So I tried the ECG feature out and it worked pretty well. It didn't have any lags. It didn't give me an error that couldn't read it like a lot of watches do. And this can help you tailor your exercise plan as well as monitoring your stress and overall anxiety levels and overall health. And it does tell you when you're feeling stressed or to relax, and it has a relaxation mode on it as well, which is good. It's good to keep in mind that mindfulness and mental health side of things. So I think that's important, contributing to your overall physical health as well. So even when I wasn't working out, the watch's refined fitness tracking kept an eye on my steps, sleep quality, and even my recovery metrics. So it'll ask you when you do a workout, do you want to keep an eye on your recovery? And it will monitor your recovery heart rate, automatically telling you how you've recovered and how well your heart rate came back down. And that's good at monitoring your overall fitness level and overall health. One standout aspect was the smooth transition between the standard mode and the power saving mode too. It made a real difference that if you do run out of battery, so the watch has a 14-day quoted battery life on it. So this is one area where the battery life isn't quite accurate, I found. So if you use the always on display, you use lots of tracking, use lots of power hungry features, you're going to get 5 days, 4 or 5 days out of it, maybe a week. If you do turn off all the features on it, you will get the full 14-day life, but also using GPS will drain the battery. So just bear that in mind. The 14-day quote is not guaranteed. It's the maximum amount of battery you can expect to get from this watch. It's still better than a Pixel watch or an Apple Watch in terms of battery life. It's also very good. It's just, please bear in mind that you're probably only going to get a week to 10 days out of it rather than that 14 days. So the watch performance is excellent. The chip inside it is fast. It's Huawei's own customized chip, Huawei's own software on it, and it runs well. So the main downside of Huawei's software is you can't install things like WhatsApp on it, which I love doing on Wear OS watches. So it doesn't integrate with Wear OS apps at all. It's just Huawei's own apps. That being said, it still very much integrates with your phone well. So it works on iOS and Android seamlessly. I had no problem using it on either platform. It even works on sort of phones you've imported from China with Chinese ROM on it. So you don't have to worry about Wear OS problems on, say, the Vivo X200, which I've got in the studio. That works fine. I think Huawei's software is good. I think it's easy to navigate around. I think the health features it's very health focused on the watch, so it's easy to get onto the health features. If you go into the settings and dive down to its menus, you can find lots of advanced health features on the watch, and they're easy to play around with. It's got like golf features on it for golfers. Huawei are quite golf focused, and it is a bit of a fashion statement as well. So Huawei are going for something that is a premium feeling watch, which it should be. So this is a £500 to £600 watch, depending on which one you go for. I think £350 is the cheapest you can get a non-titanium, but the titanium, and it's quite a heavy watch. It feels pretty heavy on your wrist. So I would, if you don't like heavy watches, big watches, then this is not going to be the watch for you. It comes in 3 different colours, I think, or 4 different strap colours. I think it comes in a blue, a black, and a brown, and another one, a white. I went for the brown because it was quite limited stock at the time, but I do quite like the brown. I think it's quite nice. I like the rotating crown, feels nice to use, and the buttons on the side are all really accessible too. It's not a minimalist design, it's a functional design. So I think it looks nice, but I think it definitely is a functional design. And the ecosystem hasn't quite caught up yet because we don't have access to Huawei's phones over here, Huawei's tablets as easily that you can get in China, so the ecosystem's not quite there yet. But having said that, it's a great alternative to an Apple Watch or a Pixel Watch or any of those Wear OS watches, and it's nice to have some competition. So in terms of the performance, that sensor suite is good. The X-Tap sensor readings are pretty accurate. I didn't have it. I noticed it compared to my Pixel Watch. The heart rate was the same. The Huawei's health app gives you accurate, clear data, and it's amazing the data you can get off this watch. It's not the same as Samsung watches, which monitor your blood pressure. I think they're still a little bit better. I think Samsung's health app is better than Huawei's. So I think if you've got a Samsung phone, I would still look at the Samsung lineup of watches. I think they're probably better. I experienced reliable Bluetooth connection with this. It never dropped. One thing I did notice is it never ever dropped notifications, which you get with Wear OS, get with iOS quite a lot on their watch, on the standard Apple Watch, is that you do get missed notifications, or sometimes it disconnects from your phone. I never ever got this with the Huawei Watch. It was rock solid connection to your phone. That's the downside though, is you don't get access to the Wear OS apps. So after 1 week then with this watch, what are my thoughts on this? So let's go over the pros and cons. So the scratch resistant display is useful in that sapphire glass. The titanium feels luxurious. It's got comprehensive health and fitness tracking. I don't think you could ask for more apart from blood pressure monitoring, which you don't get. The battery life has mixed results, so it actually will get you through probably a good week if you use it quite heavily, or maybe 14 days if you don't use it as heavily and turn off the always on display. And let's say the power saving mode is quite seamless how it switches over and you don't notice it too much apart from the display goes off. Your heart rate doesn't get taken as often. The smooth interface is nice. It's not the same as Samsung's interface, which I think is better, but it's okay and it's pretty well designed and it's quite easy to get through the menus and find out what you want. The cons are you've got limited third-party app support, so you can't install any Wear OS apps on it. It's got restricted smart features, so it won't integrate anything smart home-wise, like anything you can integrate on Wear OS watches will not integrate on this watch. And the UI can be quite overwhelming at first because it's very different to use to Samsung's One UI on the watches and very much different to the Wear OS watches. So just bear that in mind. It's different to use on the actual screen. I'll show you some shots of me using the software on the watch. I think it's quite useful to be able to see how it works. So to wrap things up then, after a week of real world use, I think the Huawei Watch 5 has proven itself to be a remarkable piece of technology, especially for those conscious about their health and about their heart rate, about how, if you're an athlete into fitness tracking and you want a longer battery life than Apple Watch or Samsung Watch offers, then this is a good alternative to Garmin, for example. It does have some shortcomings that its ecosystem is a bit limited, but it can help you in the gym, and it's fully waterproof, everything like that. So it is a very good piece of technology. It's just whether you can put it with Huawei's software. I hope you've enjoyed this review. I've covered most things. I think I've tried to go into enough detail that you can make a decision whether you think this watch is right for you, but I don't want to become too detailed because I've only used this watch for a week, so it's got far more to come on it and to learn on it and how it actually integrates into the health feature as well. I'd love to hear your thoughts then. So cool, what do you think is the What do you think of this watch now? Do you think you would buy a Huawei watch? Do you think from seeing this video you would use the software on it? And do you think it would put you off not being able to have WhatsApp on it integrated and things like that? Let me know in the comments down below, and please, 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 I would love a subscribe and a thumbs up if you enjoyed the video. Thank you again, I'll speak to you next time.